99X, it's the Morning X, Barnes and Leslie. Time to get intense. Now, this has slowly become one of the most popular segments on our show. That's an anomaly in itself. The pet psychic is here. Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah.
My inbox is like animal porn. I have miles of everybody's pets in the Morning X inbox because that's how you get your pet on the show to get a reading. And Laura's been on a few times. If you've missed it, it started with Leslie and big revelations. How's that going, Leslie?
A lot better. Thank you, Barnes.
Okay.
No, it was a revelation. And if you missed it, you can check it out on our podcast, Morning X podcast.
So anyway, we've got a couple we've randomly chosen because there are so many. And, if I said we would get to all of them, I'd be lying. But, we try.
Let's try, yeah.
So you can always send in your pet if you would like to get a reading, hi@themorningx.com. So the first one up today, we're going to go all the way over to Russia.
What?
In just a second. Someone who listens to the show in Russia.
Worldwide, baby.
And today's an all-cat episode, by the way.
Okay.
Laura, a question for you first, because in the past, now we've had you on a few times, and I'm getting people asking me this question, and I don't know the answer. When you're whispering and we're hearing that... What is? I'm not making fun of it.
No, totally. I get it.
What is happening?
So what's actually happening is I'm saying what the animal is saying back to me in real time. Oh. So I'm whispering what they're saying back to me in real time. And then I translate it back to you guys.
Okay.
And I've tried to keep that middle part out and then just say it, but it makes me nervous because I don't know what the animal is going to say. And so I get flustered and it kind of stops me if I try to just say it like the animal is saying it in real time, if that makes sense.
And you're not filtering anything though.
No, I don't filter, but sometimes I'm processing, and sometimes it will come in a little bit more like a kid, or maybe there's strange language that I wouldn't typically use. So I do process it a little bit and then say it so it's relatable to the people.
All right. Well, I thought that was a good question because I didn't know what was happening. So Laura's website, by the way, is thepetpsychic.com. And let's go now to Russia. Hey, good morning, Victoria.
Hi, everyone.
So the question begs, you listen to us in Russia. Why?
Yeah, I just saw that Laura will be on your radio show, and I just plugged on, and I saw that you have music and podcasts and everything, and it just was really interesting for me. So we don't have this music in Russia, so I listened to it and also to the podcast.
I love that.
I love that it's our first listener from Russia, Barnes.
I love that. Okay, well, let's get into it. So we're going to hand you over to Laura, the pet psychic, and she's going to do her thing. We'll be talking to, is this your cat?
Yeah, that's my cat, yeah.
And the cat's name?
Her name is Laska.
Is the cat living?
No, she died in this September.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Aw, so cute.
All right, pet psychic, right over to Russia. Go for it, Laura.
Yeah, so it's good to talk with you. And so tell me, is there something that you've been thinking about that you want to ask her? Is there something you want me to? Anything in particular you want me to ask her?
I just was thinking about asking her maybe what she has to say to me, because I wasn't there when she was dying, and I was in another country, and only my family was with her, but I couldn't be with her and support her. That was hard for me.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of how is her passing, and that you're sorry that you weren't able to be there with her during that time. Okay. Let's get her. She's a beautiful, beautiful kitty. She says that she wants you to know that she's always climbing up on your lap. She says sometimes from heaven she can still feel you stroking her and kissing her face. She says she doesn't want you to feel sad about not being there. She said that she felt your heart beating for her really strong when she was drifting asleep. She said that during that time she could almost smell you. And like, I want her to know that mine was really numb at that time. She said that she wants you to know that her toes were really numb at that time. And she was feeling shaky in her body. And I couldn't.
Victoria, what happened to the cat?
And she couldn't wait.
Oh, yeah, I just was processing all the things that Laura said. She died because of cancer. Oh. And I can say that she was shaking during the time when she was dying. That makes sense that she says that she loves when I kiss her in the face and near the ears. I do this a lot.
A skeptic would say that, Laura, you're saying all the things that a cat does automatically. So what would your answer? Because I can already feel the emails coming in. They're going to say, well, that's an obvious thing.
Well, when an animal is sick, actually not all of them like to be pet and like kissed on. Some want to be left alone. But what I thought was interesting was that she felt like she could like almost smell her and she felt her heart beating. And did you know that she was passing away at that time that she passed?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Because what happens sometimes is if you know that she's going, then you're thinking about her, and because she's in that state of she's crossing the veil, you know, or that veil is getting thinner, when we're thinking about them so strongly, sending our love to them, they actually pick that up. So she could actually have the experience, or Laska, their kitty, could actually have the experience of her being there and actually being present. And I feel like that's actually what happened. And that's usually when someone knows that they're passing away. So if her family didn't want to tell her for some reason that she was passing away, she might not have had that experience because she wouldn't have been thinking of her at that time.
Oh yeah, the whole evening I was just thinking about her, and she passed away 3 a.m. And I wasn't really sleeping this night. I was thinking about her the whole evening. Yeah, I was sending her my love and support and everything I could. So I hope it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely worked. Yeah. And if you were thinking about like petting her and kissing her at that time, she was getting that and she was actually feeling it.
Victoria, does that give you any closure about Laska?
Yeah, I can totally agree. Like, I was shocked about this tiny things like kissing her, because I was doing this a lot and I thought that maybe she didn't like this, but it looked like she did like, so...
Wow. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Hope that helped with Laska. We want to get one more on, so we appreciate you listening in Russia, by the way.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah, Laura, thank you so much for your work. And Barnes and Leslie, thank you for the opportunity.
I like that.
Thank you so much.
Barnes and Leslie.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Barnes and Leslie. And for those wondering, Laura is looking at a photo.
Yeah,
we'll do one more. I've got another cat from a Morning X listener, not in Russia, I believe, here in Atlanta.
Hey, good morning, Jean.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How are you?
Hey.
I'm great. I'm so glad y'all are back on the air.
Oh, thank you. And you're not calling from Russia like the last cat, right?
No, not from Russia.
Where are you calling from, Jean?
No, Kennesaw, Georgia.
Oh, there we go. Now I feel like I'm home. Yeah. To you, we're not Barnes and Leslie. That's what the last listener from Russia deemed us. Are we talking about a living or a deceased animal?
Oh, he's quite alive.
Okay.
And feisty. It's Cayenne.
The name is Cayenne.
Cayenne. Cat?
Cayenne. So he's orange, and I named him after a spice because all my cats had spice names. But it's spelled with a K. So
okay,
he's a boy.
With a K. I have a red cat, also orange cat, and they are wicked crazy. And we could probably do a whole hour on that, but I'm going to turn you over.
He's super cute.
No, you met the other one. The other cat. I have 2 cats. I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
We're going to do your cats next.
We should. All right, Jean, this is Laura. Laura, this is Jean. I know you have the photo of Cayenne, so let's get into it.
Yeah. So what do you want to know about Cayenne? Do you have a question?
Just why he is so spicy. You know, I adopted him when he was like 7 weeks old. And he was a sweet little kitty. And then all of a sudden, all he does is want to pounce and bite, and he doesn't snuggle. And I know. So I don't know. Just kind of want to know what's going on in his little head.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get him. Yeah. He's all ready. Like he was ready earlier. He says he's super excited to talk to you because he wants to play more of the jump, twist, or round game, which I think you're playing with like a toy, and you're kind of turning around while you're playing with it.
Is that accurate, Jean?
I mean, I don't. You know, my son plays with him a lot. He might do something like that, but I don't.
And for those that haven't heard this before, the whispering is actually Laura communicating with the animal.
Did you hear what Cayenne? Your mom wants to know why you're so spicy. Why are you so spicy? You feel like what? Like I need to get outside. He says like he has so much energy and he loves to play and he wants to get outside.
He's not going outside.
Yeah. Atlanta, Coyote Town.
He wants to know if he's climbing underneath something. Does that bother you? Which I think he's like, it almost looks like he's like scratching something, like scratching the furniture and like underneath something. Like, does it bother them when I do that? Do you know what that is?
If it's when we want to pick him up, he runs and hides behind the bed. That might be it.
So, buddy, why they want to pick you up? Is that what you mean? Like you're going behind the bed? Is that what you mean? Yeah, and they so I think it's like if you're pulling him out, how he'll go to the side. You want to ask them that? They just want to hold you, buddy. They just want to snuggle and hold you. That's all. And like they want you to feel safe when they snuggle you. No, like when they do that, I feel like I want to jump. He says when you do that to him, he feels like he wants to jump. Well, buddy, can you do something like, when you purr, can you get yourself into like a state where like if you're going to purr, where you try and calm yourself? Because then maybe you'll like it.
You're listening to the Pet Psychic on 99X. She's talking to a cat.
He's saying something too, like he wants to play with water, like in a glass, in a glass.
Yes.
Orange cats love water. Oh, I'm sorry. Orange cats love water.
Do they?
Mine doesn't.
Do not interrupt.
I'm not interrupting, but that's the same. I mean, same thing.
Yeah, he'll take our hair ties and put them in this water bowl.
Well, that's a that's a protection. They're protecting it in the moat.
Well, I just want to hug him and hold him and snuggle, and he always runs away.
You know what's interesting is I think that he has like a lot of hunting instincts. And then that.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, and then when you are going after him, he feels like he's being hunted. It's not really a conscious thought. It's more like an instinctual thought because he's more of like the hunting type kitty, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, that
what
makes
else,
sense.
buddy? Yeah, like I love my people. You love your people? Oh, that's so cool. If they came and let you, like, if they picked you up, what if they did it where they were bending with their knees, not with their torso over you? Do you think you'd let them do that a little bit more? Maybe they could do it that way. And like stroke you first and then bend with their knees and then kind of pick you up with an erect torso. Would you like that? Like if they hold me and then put me on the bed. if they hold me and then put me up on the bed. Yeah, he doesn't want to be held for too
I have
long.
a suggestion. Your cat wants to go outside. You could do what my wife does and get a cat stroller and put. I'm not kidding. She puts it in the stroller, and she's the crazy lady walking a
How
cat
cool is she?
with the little
I see
net.
people. I
got
see
the
people
net.
do that all the time.
I know, but it's
She's
just
so cool.
a cat. Maybe that's it because he loves that. And he comes back in, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So maybe that's
Maybe I
it.
should get a leash. Get a leash and
Yeah, or
walk 'em.
harness and leash. Yeah. Or have your son walk him.
He wants to go outside.
Little cat harness.
Does that answer, Gene, stuff for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I do have another question because we're kind of babysitting a cat who's going to be going back home to his mom soon.
Oh.
And he's always pouncing on that guy. So I didn't know if
Wasn't that
Well,
typical?
wants him to leave.
Yeah,
or...
so like what I was saying too about like how he's got more of that hunting instinct, then they'll do that to other kitties too. Like they'll pound, like they'll use them as if they're prey.
That's what he's been doing.
Isn't he putting his dominance, though? Isn't he like just saying, hey, I'm the king?
It can be dominance, but it can also be like just like I'm hunting, like how fun. Like
So I
let's
wake
hunt
up,
the other.
my cat's on the headboard, like up above, like I see
Oh
you.
my gosh.
I know, it's like they want to dominate.
That's so funny. Cayenne, honey, what's going on with you and the other kitty? Like, why are you pouncing on him? It's not nice to pounce on your friends, bud. It's not nice. Well, he has a tail that flicks a lot and his back flicks. He says he has a tail that flicks a lot and his back flicks. And also,
He's mad at the tail.
he kind of drops down. And he says, and when he pounces at him, he kind of drops down. And like, it's kind of
He does.
oh, that leg. But it's not nice to pounce on your friends, though, Cayenne, okay? Well, he doesn't mind. He does mind, I think. He says he doesn't mind. Cayenne, I think he
Oh, he
does mind. 'Cause, yeah, no one would really like that, buddy. No one would really like that. Like, what do I do then? What do you do then? You could run around him, like you said you wanted to do with your mom and that toy, or your brother and that toy. You could instead of pouncing right at him, you could kind of slide by him. You know what?
She's having a conversation.
Yeah.
Major
Okay,
conversation with Cayenne.
we need to wrap up Cayenne's appointment.
Yeah, he says that he thinks he should wrestle with him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He tries to do that. Well, I just wanted to, make sure that he loves his home and he knows we love him.
And you can
Did you hear
confirm that, right, Laura?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Hope that was
100%.
helpful,
Yeah,
Gene.
Gene. Hope that was helpful for
Yes.
you.
Thanks for listening
Made a lot
over
of sense.
in Kennesaw. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you for checking in with Cayenne.
All right, thanks.
We'll see you
Thanks,
later.
guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes I walk away from this segment going, I was just in a conversation with a cat.
Laura, that was a major conversation with Cayenne.
Yeah, well, he's being kind of naughty to his friend,
Lot
right?
going on.
You gotta like
All
talk
right.
it through.
Here we go. If you want your pet read, the next time we have Laura on, The Pet Psychic, send it to hi@themorningx.com. You can find Laura at thepetpsychic.com. Laura, thank you.
Thanks,
Oh,
Laura.
thank you guys. Yeah, I
Appreciate
just
it.
love it.
This is 99X.